so many salespeople are afraid to extract objections. They almost believe that if they don't bring up the objection, then maybe the person won't have an objection. So, which is a very naive kind of belief system. My belief system is I need to extract the objections, because the faster I can extract the objections, the faster I can spend more time on really resolving those objections. And so,
I still don't know where you're going. I'm getting more nervous by the second.
Because you had some concerns about being married. And so I asked you. I said, so you said you actually said I'm not getting married ever again. Was your actual hardcore no? And so I said, well, tell me your number one area of resistance for being married. Like, why are you against being married? And then you said because I don't want to be a wife. I want to be a girlfriend. And I'm concerned that as soon as we get married, then I'm going to be a wife and I want to be a girlfriend. And I like the perks of a girlfriend. I don't like the punishment of a wife.
That is very true.
Yeah.
I forgot about all of that. You're right. Because being a girlfriend, I was getting flowers. I was taken out on dates. I had my own space. And then I was like, as a wife, am I going to have to clean your underwear and cook for you and all of these things that I just didn't want to do at that moment in time?
Yeah. Yeah. So the way that I was able to speed up the sale of convincing you to marry me is I extracted the objections. So if you want to increase the sales cycle and you want to get them to buy on your timetable versus get them to buy on their timetable, then you have to extract all the objections, because I was able to get all the objections out, and then I was able to start kind of working them one at a time to prove, to basically to resolve whatever objection that you had, to make you feel certain that I was going to do these things that you wanted to happen while being married.
Yeah, you did a good job.
I think so.
Yeah, you did a good job.
And I kept it up ever since.
You have. And surprise, I cook for you.
Yeah.
And I like it.
But yeah, so to me, yes, thank you. And so to me, though, I think it's a really cool kind of metaphor for people, or a concept for people, is that if you want to speed up the sales cycle, then you have to extract objections, because eventually the potential customer will bring up the objections as they figure them out, or they won't bring them up to you and they'll try to handle them on their own, or they'll get advice from someone else, the conversation you're not present to is your biggest competitor. And so you don't want to do that. And so you want to really try to get everything out on the table as much as possible, so you can spend as much of your time that they give you with them to actually handle those objections, so that you're in control. And again, you can get that sale done a lot faster.
Yeah, and I think there's a third option where they don't know what the objection is. A lot of times I'll hear somebody say, or a salesperson say they're talking to somebody, and it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right. Well, there's an objection there. They just haven't done the soul searching to figure out exactly what it is. And again, I don't think that's their job, though. I think that's our job as a salesperson. My job is to figure out what specifically doesn't feel right for you, what specifically is off, so that I can fix it, I can handle it, I can educate you that maybe that's not a problem at all, in the direction that would be most beneficial to the person in front of you.
100%. That's 100% what happened to you as well. When I asked you what's holding you back from getting married, and why don't you want to be married ever again, your exact response was, I'm not really sure. I'm just not sure I want to do that anymore. Like, you actually responded in a way that you didn't really know the answer. And so, of course, I kept extracting, well, if you did know, what would it be? Right?
So aggravating.
So I kept asking questions like that, like, if you could be married and you had an ideal marriage, or the vision of the kind of marriage that would make it a no-brainer for you, then what would that look like? What would you want? Right? And so then through that vision casting with you, that's actually when you said, oh, well, I want to be dated, and I want to have people, I want you to buy things for me, and I want this, and I want this, and I'd say, oh, well, so that's the thing that's keeping you from being married.